Hey guys, welcome to Becca Scoops. I'm back. I am back because I've got you some red hot tea. Is that right? Or hot tea, not red hot tea. Hot tea. Yeah, I've got some great new disturbing information in the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case. And of course, I couldn't wait to share it with you. I'm your humble servant. I hope you guys are having a great day, January 6th. Okay, so before I get to that, though, I know you guys need to get your beverages and get your popcorn or your post Christmas cookies, whatever it is. Get it now because you're going to want to settle in because this is going to be another bumpy ride. I can't make this stuff up. But before we get to all of that, let's take a look at what Gypsy Rose Blanchard has decided to post today on her Instagram account. Now, I want to bring this up for you, so hold on.
I am leaving behind this year is the need to explain myself and my past, because the fact is,
Well, that's convenient. Just so happens that a whole bunch of incriminating, cringy, revolting, disgusting videos of me came out. And so I just want to FYI everyone, I'm a Christian now, so I'm leaving my past behind. That's not how it works, but let's let her continue.
no one needs access to my thoughts, my emotions, or my healing. And that is something that I am learning to put in God's hands and let go of what I can't control. And that is something that I think resonates with so many people, is we all try to make our life happen for us.
No, not everyone does that. No, only total control freaks. Utter. Look, I'm a control freak to a to a certain extent, but Gypsy calls herself a planner. But what that really is she meticulously goes through like gaming out situations with people and how to manipulate them, right? It's like she will do things to know how they're going to already react to it. So she games all this out and she does that for manipulation tactics. All right. Now she's going to give all of her control. She's just going to give it up and give it over to God. Is that the message? Is that like the earth shaking message that only she can give the world? Who does she think she is?
The way that we would want it to be. And what I have come to understand is that God is going to do things in His timing, not ours. And it takes patience and
Riveting information. I'm sure no one's ever heard this information from anyone before.
faith to know that He has a bigger plan than what we have for ourselves. So often in our life, I think we try to fit things to make it happen.
No, you act. That's you. That is solely you. Okay, but you take it like so many steps further, right? That you leave in the wake dead people in your wake, and at the very least, totally devastated people in your wake. So this is just this new Christian era. Notice the outfit, another soothing beigey color that we're wearing today with the wig, right? Um, is this the podcast? Is this it? Like deep Christian thoughts from Gypsy Blanchard? Is that what we're getting? Notice it's over on Instagram. She's really going to try to make her final stand in social media over there, but we got the truth train coming over to Instagram, so you go ahead.
push and we push and we push and we strive to make something happen in our life that may not be the best thing for us at that time or at all.
Like murdering your mom?
And that's something that, we are taking our own lives and trying to make our own path and say, no, this is how our life needs to be. And really, it's not really up to us. And that's something for us as humanity to sort of let go and put it in his hands and say, you know what?
Is she like a philosopher now? Is she like someone that's lived decades and decades and decades is now and departing her wisdom to the world? No, 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 sweetie. No, no. We don't need to hear any of this from you. These are this whatever you're divulging here is just ridiculous. People have heard some version of this from different people throughout your whole life. It's not groundbreaking and it's not something we need to hear from you at all. You have no credibility. Okay? Accept your fate. Accept your fate, close down this bullshit, and get on with your life. Okay? But I don't speak for everyone on the internet, obviously, but I do feel there's a majority of people who are looking at you doing this and thinking it's so fake. Here we go again with another rebranding, repackaging. This is the beige Christian era. And you know what? It's not authentic at all.
This is bigger than me. I feel like your plan is more than what I could have ever hoped it would be. Things might be a little rough right now in that season of your life if you're going through a hardship right now. And
That season of your life? My god, she's
it
ridiculous.
is just something that, maybe your family, maybe your friends, maybe your loved one, your partner, whoever is just sort of not measuring up right now. And you are at your bottom.
Your loved one isn't measuring up right now? Are we talking about Ken? Is Ken not measuring up now and you are at your bottom? She does send out these little nuggets, it, to talk. We've seen her use the internet to talk to Ken before. She's definitely used it to talk to Ryan.
At your bottom. And you feel like everyone's letting you down, and the only person that you have in your life is God, and that is exactly when you need.
So she's a victim again right now in her life. Everyone's letting her down, right? Here she is over on Instagram, acting like Sister Christian, right? While her little cult minions over on TikTok acting crazy, the fool, totally being disgusting over there. But here she is over here playing, the latest, Sister Christian era, beige era.
To release everything to Him, and you really need to let go of what you think your plan is for yourself and give it to Him and let His plan work out for you.
Did she listen to a few Christian podcasts? Some obscure. Oh wow. Oh wow. This is really stupid. Okay, is that the end of it?
So, the one thing that I am leaving behind.
Yeah, that was the end of it. Oh, beautiful. Well, I can tell you guys a few things. Some people had some messages that some messages did get through, because she does watch out who says messages because she doesn't like the negative comments. We know all that. So let's see what happened over here. So one commenter said, probably before these were probably deleted. One woman said, or man or person said, you can't claim to be a Christian and use God's name loosely while hanging out with people who don't share your values. Amen to that. Amen. We should treat others with kindness and help those in need, but it's okay to set boundaries with those who drag you down. Gypsy Rose responds, boundaries are necessary. We can, however, model behavior that we would like to see in others so that they too can walk a path that leads us towards healing. Oh my God, I hate this era. Go back to the blown beauty art era. Can we go back to that? Can we go back to the exercising influencer era? That was hysterical. I love that for you. Let's go back to that. I don't like this era. This era is, it just angers people. I just want to FYI, do the exercise. That's great. That was good. I liked it. Woo. All right. Another person wrote, girl, you have some explaining to do. Ditto. She writes, not anymore. It's no longer my burden. Oh, okay. Hmm. So I guess you just think you're just boom, forgiven, right? Murdering your mother, you're just it should be forgotten. If you keep saying it long enough and hard enough and pretend that you're Christian, you hope people will just give you a pass, right? No, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Okay. You don't get to pretend to be a Christian. You don't get to pretend to wear your little beigey outfits and so I'm gonna like talk in this voice and I'm gonna give you some words of the ultimate wisdom from the life that I've led. Now I can depart some nuggets of truth to you to help you on your path. I mean, who else is vomiting? I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have told you guys to get your snacks before you sat down to watch this. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right, so that's the little thing that's going on with her right now. So let's get to this other stuff, this other new secret stuff that has just been found, sent to me by anonymous sources. Thank you very much. I would like to thank a few people that helped me research this stuff, though, after I got it. That's Hello Starlight. Find her, please. Hello Starlight is the one who really helped me with this. And of course, as always, my researcher friend, she's all over it. You will find, though, this was basically, I didn't have time last night to go over this stuff, and Hello Starlight was all over it. So find her link in my description box. I think she's going to even go live tomorrow and even go over other stuff, probably even highlight some of the stuff I'm going to talk about here. So you're not going to want to miss that. I know I'm not. So please find her link in the description box below. Okay. Go over there and make sure you got your notifications on to the Hello Starlight Live YouTube account. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this first one here. So these messages are from Gypsy had a myriad of Facebook accounts. Okay. And one of them was called Emma Rose. All right. She had Devona Loveslay. She had Emma Rose. She had other ones. She had Gypsy Blanchard that she also with her mom. So there's a lot of them. And I'm sure there was so many more that we don't even know about because this girl, if there's anything that I got from these messages, one thing I learned, or which is even confirmed to me more, is that she is obsessed with social media. Like we know we said this over and over again, but no, you guys, even more than you think. Okay. All right. This first one here has to do with a story that happened back then in her. It was a news story. This 13-year-old girl named Hannah went missing. Okay. And so this was a story that was very local to Gypsy at the time. This is going to blow your guys' mind. Okay. So this girl goes missing. It says girls kidnapping should be a warning for parents about social media. So this girl obviously found this older, gross pedophile type guy. 13, you see her here, the baby face, 13-year-old girl. And she was lured by him on the internet and she agreed to like run off and go to where he was at. It was hundreds of miles away. Okay. And for some reason, Gypsy didn't like this girl. No, didn't like her at all. And she writes here, she wrote several comments on these local news stories. The first one, she writes, all moms that live in Missouri, beware of Dan Glidewell. He has a cover pic of Supergirl. He is 40 years old and he likes underage girls. Well, we know Dan Glidewell was Gypsy's first big obsession of a man, and he rejected her. And when you reject Gypsy Rose Blanchard, you're going to get the wrath of Gypsy. Now, I can confirm that Dan Glidewell, according to people in that community, was kind of a piece of shit. He was a guy that played around. He, would just, they kind of described him as a male gigolo, male whore kind of guy. Okay. So, but still, Gypsy is upset with him. So she's writing this stuff. The next thing she writes about this is, I know this story all too well. I was 15. She wasn't 15. Okay. If she is talking about Dan Glidewell, she was not 15. She was 19 years old when this happened. Okay. I know this story all too well. I was 15 when I made a secret Facebook from my mom. I met a 40-year-old man that lives in Springfield. He groomed me and said that he would take me away to marry me and we would live happily ever after on his farm. And a 15-year-old naive girl like me believing it, I ran away from home at night while my mom was asleep. I met him at the hospital because he had been beat up from sleeping with another man's wife. Anyway, I found out he's on parole from doing drugs. Not 5 hours later, my mom, thank God, found me by herself because the guy and my mom had mutual friends in common. That part is true. The people that were living with Dan did alert Dee Dee that Gypsy was there. One told my mom where I was and I was found. I was so mad at my mom that day, but now looking back, I'm grateful, even though she shot her 10 times with a BB gun over it. Uh, I think she leaves that out. One told my mom I was found. So mad at my mom that day. But now looking back, I'm grateful because I could have been raped, murdered, but I wasn't gone long enough to be. This was 4 years ago. And I know that this girl and her mom's bond will never be the same again. Her mother trusted her and she lied and deceived her mother just as I did. My mother still don't trust me 100%. So all I got to say to this girl is you made the worst and choice, all in caps, of your life. Gypsy, this is a 13-year-old girl. You were an adult, 19, 20 years old at the time. Please don't compare yourself to a 13-year-old girl. You think you're all big and adult the way you will weep. She puts weep, not reap. Weep the consequences of your choices. You have a long road ahead of you. You stay a kid, and in all caps, stop keeping secrets from your mother! Exclamation point. Nothing good comes from it. I would know, and I pray not for you, but for your poor, hurt mother who only ever wanted you safe. Well, that wasn't very nice, is it? But that's not the worst comment she made about this girl. Nope. Nope. She also wrote this. I'm so happy I'm not the only one who thinks this girl is in the wrong as well. She's as much to blame as that sick pervert. 13, 16, still underage. No, she was 13. Discussing. She says discussing, like disgusting. This girl wanted what she got. Listen to this, you guys. This really, really blew me away. This is a child, 13-year-old child. This girl wanted what she got. She ran away to be with him. She's looking at this man as her Prince Charming, even though he is old enough to be her grandfather. She obviously needs professional help. She's a lying, manipulating little slut. Are you fucking kidding me? You piece of shit. 13-year-old minor child. You don't know what happened to make her go out there to that guy. You don't know if this guy was even, he could have been totally catfishing this young, impressionable 13-year-old child. She's a lying, manipulating little slut. I think you're talking about yourself. I think you're doing what's called projection. You're projecting onto this child what you did when you were an adult. You're the lying, manipulating little slut. I can't believe that she is so obvious like this, right? That she is so transparent. She has just told us exactly what she did to her mom, right? She was the one, but we always kind of knew that. But here's the other really, really weird things she did with this. See this up here where the arrow is? She went on every single local news website to try to get their attention. She was hoping, remember how she wants to be famous, and she wants to be famous over anything. She doesn't care what it is, right? Blown beauty art, exercising influencer, public speaker, advocate for mental health. How many different rebrands, right? So this time, this is what she was doing back then. And was in April of 2015. So this is just a few months before the murder, and she is a 23-year-old woman trying to get the attention of these different sources. This is a radio station, a 100.5, The Wolf, KSWF's podcast. The next one, 94.7, Today's KTTS, and then KY3, the big news outlet. To all of those, she took the time to go all of those places and spam them and say, she's found. This is what she wrote to them. But I know this story all too well. When I was 15, I ran away from home to be with a 40-year-old man that I met on Facebook that my mom didn't know I had. She found me on her own. Now, looking back, I'm grateful because I could have been raped, murdered, but I wasn't gone long enough, I think is what she writes. Okay. So she copy pasted this, wrote this to all of these different news broadcasts, hoping that probably they would pick up her story or something. I don't know why she would feel the need to go on all of these different news sources and try to say, hey, I know this story. I too live this, or whatever her plan was. I have no idea. Right? All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about some of the pregnancy things that are really, really disgusting and disturbing. All right. According to the sources that I have for these messages, she was in different groups like teen moms and young moms Facebook groups where she was saying, hey, I'm trying to get pregnant. Any tips? Does anyone know how to influence the gender of the baby during conception? The girl says, haha, if it only worked that way. Eating more apples guarantees a girl, haha. Then she writes, I heard that if the man ejaculates in the shallow position, it ends up being a girl, and the deeper position's a boy. Also made male sperm is faster, yet dies quicker than a female sperm. Females don't have sperm. All right. You can read that if you want to. My boyfriend and I will be trying next spring. We hope I get pregnant with a girl. This is in leading up to the murder. But I'm hoping I get pregnant at all. I will try while ovulating, which is difficult to pinpoint since my periods are irregular. So wish us luck. Now, here's the big one. Here's the big one I want you guys to take away with. May 2015, she decides that she has tracked her ovulation, and the prime date to get pregnant would be June 10th, 2015. Yes, you're not mistaken. That is the day she murdered her mother. So that's why the murder had to happen on June 10th. Now, some have also hypothesized that possibly this was the same date as her grandmother died. That is also true. I don't know if it was the 9th or the 10th, but it's very close. But let me read this to you and see what you guys think about this. I read folic acid is good for fertility. I might start taking that. And I track my cycle. So when I want to get pregnant is next month. And I have a 26-day cycle with my period lasting 6 days. So my ovulation day is June 10th. June 10th. So my boyfriend and I will have sex on the 10th, the day of the murder. We haven't tried yet, so we are just trying this one time. And if I don't get pregnant, we will wait for a bit. But we have been planning for a while. I got everything for the baby clothes, shoes, toys, even diapers. I'm ready. and I have prenatal vitamins and female reproductive vitamins too. It helps with fertility as well. I mean, wow, right? This goes beyond an obsession with pregnancy. Like, obsession isn't a strong enough word. It's pathological. A murder is happening, it seems like, on the 10th because that's the day she's most fertile. I can't make this up. You are looking at it right there. It's what she wrote. But remember, she's putting her past behind her. This doesn't matter. None of this matters. Who cares? Who cares? Let's talk about Gypsy and her role playing. Guess what she made? She made up her own role playing group, cosplay role playing in the bedroom. It was called. It says Emma Rose created the group cosplay role play in the bedroom on August 2nd, 2014. Well, good for her. There it is. It's still visible, is what I've been told. This Facebook group is still visible. And here's a few comments she made. Thank you, my love, are trying to do BDSM because the popular 50 Shades of Grey books, yet some, well, a lot can't hack it. So I'm like, it's not your thing. Don't try it. Like for us, we have had this lifestyle since what, 6 months after we met, darling. It's our thing. So we have a good reason. Another comment. Yeah, it's interesting because everyone is like, so Twilight, it's just not vamps, it's BDSM, LOL. But I like Twilight, so I guess I'm naturally gonna like 50 Shades. And also, it's interesting to know and be in that culture of knowing somewhat of where each of the lead characters are coming from. So she made her own private cosplay role play in the bedroom. And here's a post from Nicholas to Gypsy. I believe you're even crazy enough to do this kind of play with me. It's called knife play. And she said, I like knife play very much. It was cut off, but it was, I like knife play very much. I cut it off, not the person who sent it to me. Sorry about that. What else? Why don't we get a little into some of her politics, I guess? This has to do with the big trans bathroom vote, I guess. She wrote, voted yes on the big no or yes vote. I'm sorry. I don't want guys in the girls' bathroom just because they are transitioning. I also think if a restaurant wants to say who can't be hired, that's their right as a business. I'm not a hater. I just don't want to worry about getting raped in the bathroom. Dear Nick writes, Dear, you do realize you just said you voted yes, and what you said is yes to it, no, not no. Honey, so I'm confused on how you give a no reply while saying you voted yes. It makes no sense, dear. Gypsy writes, Oh, yes, I mean no, hun. And then she adds, It's yes, repeal. The gays want no repeal. I put yes, repeal because I don't want guys in the girls' bathroom. It's It is confusing, LOL. Well, dear, and then Nick goes on. Nick is always goes on. Well, dear, it's very true confusing. I don't get repealed. Don't worry about me ever not understanding of something that happens to you in the bathroom. As you know, dear, I'll be the first one to understand you, sweetheart. After all, I did teach you before that since we are twin flame soulmates, that means I experience what you do even without you being around, yada, yada, yada. And then she writes, Well, for you, I don't mind you coming in the bathroom with me to protect me or other reasons. Yeah, we know you don't mind him coming in the bathroom. That's what you guys did, right? You guys, I'm leading up to something that's really, really big that I'm going to show you guys. You guys are going to go, What? Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up. All right. Let's talk about lies in the shed, right? lies in the shed. Do you guys remember the story about Gypsy tells this story? In fact, before I show you this, I want you guys to listen to her audiobook about what happened when her and Nick met at the Cinderella movie theater on March 12th, 2015. Okay. And then what happens after that? According to her, this is when one of the most dramatic and abusive moments happens to her, right? This is when her mother locks her in the shed overnight. Let me bring up this clip.
I thought this was my one and only chance, especially as I was finally getting to be with Nick in real life.
She's talking about the lead up to the movie theater.
This is something we have to do now, I thought. We promised we would figure out a way for us to meet in the bathroom during the movie. So on March 12th, 2015, I dressed up in a Cinderella costume.
Okay, so I played that first part for you to hear the date. March 12th, 2015. I dressed up in a Cinderella costume.
Dress and tiara to a we have to do now, I thought. We promised we would figure out a way for us to meet in the bathroom during the movie. So on March 12th, 2015, I dressed up in a Cinderella costume dress and tiara to accompany Mama to the live-action version of Cinderella.
Okay, so now we got the date, right? March 12th, 2015. All right, I'm going to move ahead here a little bit. Bear with me.
I didn't know what my fate would be with Nick being far away again and Mama more pissed off than ever. I closed my eyes and tried.
Now, this is after Nick leaves, and according to Gypsy now, her mother is livid with her about this Nick, right? Even though Nick says Dee Dee didn't care. They went off together to the bathroom, and Dee Dee wasn't like rushing off to find them. But okay, let's listen to Gypsy. This is in her memoir. She is stating this as fact. And this is a big deal.
Tried to calm myself with the thought of crushing Mama's oxy and injecting the pain-killing powder right into my feeding tube. Instant relief. When we got back home, she took the handles of my wheelchair, signaling that she would be pushing me to my destination. Her cadence was pointed and determined as she marched me not up the wheelchair ramp to the front door, but around the house and into the backyard. Mama, what's going on? I'm sorry. Mama, I'm sorry. I'll be good. Save it, she said. You're a liar and you take me for a fool. You think you're just going to run off with this boy now? Whore. Fool me once. She walked us past the bald patch in the grass, where the cursed mason jar was buried, and brought me to the shed. When we were first given the Habitat for Humanity house, the program workers found out that I wished for a playhouse. So they painted the shed the same pink color as our house and made it look like a miniature version. A playhouse just for Gypsy. Except I never went out there. For one thing, my mother never let me outside. There was
We've proven that she's got pictures of her going outside all the time.
never a moment.
All the campouts, all the stuff. I mean, there's like events of them going out. She complains that she doesn't want to go to a gathering. Okay. I mean, it's just, this memoir is just, it should be called Lies. Okay. Lies. This is going to be a really big lie debunked here.
During the day when Mama would ever say, let's get outside and get some sun on our face. Never. Second, I'm afraid of bugs. And bugs were everywhere in the shed. The shed might have looked like a mini house, but the inside floor was made of dirt, where slugs and fire ants, and worse, spiders lived. As dust blanketed the sky, the temperature dipped, and I was officially freaked out. I asked her cautiously, as if walking through a minefield, Mama, what are we doing? You can't be trusted, she said, her mind well made up. Get in. No, stop, Mama. My sobs failed to penetrate, bring her back to this world. She was somewhere else now, riding a wave of hatred and jealousy, fear and recklessness. She pushed me into the shed. Get out of the chair, she said. Even alone in the dark out back, where nobody would think to look for us, I transferred myself out of the chair as if my...
Okay, so she's being put in the shed, right? I'm going to fast forward just a little bit.
Or maybe I was just too close to the cursed mason jar.
Okay, so I want to get to when she says she gets out of the shed. She talks about it. Well, let's just listen to a little bit because this is all lies against her mom. So she's going to be describing an event that never happened. This never happened.
Where the spell still held power. Gypsy will never be happy. And her pills were all the way back in the house. Did Nick get on the bus okay? Maybe she would miss me, alone in her bed, and come and get me. I tried to send her telepathic messages. She always said we were connected in a special way. Plus, she had powers. Come get me. Come get me. Come get me. After ripping open one of the bags to find warm clothes, I finally fell asleep. My telepathic messages worked, but not in the way I expected. I had a dream in which Dad and Christy were cooking in the kitchen of the little blue house.
Okay, this is let's fast forward.
Christy was crying, even though she looked happy, me like I was about to break. They proceeded to tell me that Christy and Dad had been looking for me all my life. I felt a strong sense of relief that my life was not what it seemed, and finally someone did come get me.
So she has this dream where they tell her Christy's your real mom. It's so offensive to her own mother that she murdered, right? That she has this dream. She talks about in this, and there's bugs, and I'm scared of bugs, and the dirt floor, and I was cold, and I had to find clothes to put on, and I was petrified, and then I have this dream where Christy's my real mom. Now we're going to get to the point because we want to know what time did her mom let her out, right? So she goes into there March 12th, right after the movie theater. So sometime in the evening, supposedly she's put in this shed, right? And how long was she in there? Let's listen.
When I woke up, I was disoriented. I looked around the shed and could see some sunlight peeking in. My fingers and toes were numb, and I must have slept hard because I had drool on my cheek. She had left me there all night, overnight, alone and scared. Depression drenched me as I reconciled the fact that my dream wasn't real, that the pure joy I felt being reunited with my real family was as fictional as the life I had lived with my mother. Mama didn't come to let me out of the shed until about noon.
Noon. Okay. Got the dates. This is from her memoir, right? And this is why a lot of people think her mom's a monster. This is one of the biggies, right? This is one of the biggies. All right, let's take that down. Now, thanks to 1980 Millennial, who's just, you got to go find her because she did some good work here. Okay. We have this 1980 Millennial found proof that Gypsy lied about being thrown and locked up in the shed overnight. How do we know? Because we got timestamps here. This is from that same Emma Rose account. Over here, March 13th, this is after midnight, best night ever, right? It's at 2:49 a.m. The same exact time that she is claiming to be locked up in the shed, okay? And she's got two other here posts on social media when she was supposedly in the shed. Friday, March 13th, 2015, at 6:54 a.m. and at 6:50 a.m. So here is definitive proof. Gypsy was posting on Facebook when she claims she was locked up in the shed by her own mother. She again has lied to the public about her mother being abusive. Thank you to 1980 Millennial. Please find the link to her YouTube channel in my description box. Go over there. She's putting in some really good work. She's putting out some great videos. Want you guys to go check her out. If you like what you see, please sub to her channel. I know I am. All right. For this nugget, this is a big deal. So thank you, 1980. All right. Another lie debunked. All right. What else do I have? Well, here's some miscellaneous things that I found from that Facebook. This is interesting. This top part here, I want to make it bigger, is Nick talking about, it sounds like he's talking about murdering Dee Dee possibly. Baby, even if she has it don't matter to me. She can attempt to kill me or whatever, but if she does, she'll regret it because of because as protective as my family is, if she even did it, it's hard to read what he writes. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying my best. If she even did do it, she'll be in prison for life. If my family found out about it, they won't stop on trying to get her to go to prison until they have had it done. My entire family, from my mother's side to my dad's side, don't mess around. They get seriously vicious and they won't stop until she rots in prison for the rest of her life. I'm just warning you of how protective my full family is. Now, here is what I think led up to this comment. And this is on in April of 2015. So at this part, Gypsy's heavily into manipulating him to do the murder. I think something's happened between Gypsy and her mom, and Gypsy has embellished it to Nick. Probably this, it's been so abusive. It could even be the shed incident, right? That has set Nick off to write this. Yes, yes, she is terrible to you. She's abusive to you. She's going to, Gypsy's probably like, she hurts me. I don't know what to do. And the Gypsy's right. She's protective, not murdering crazy person. A threat is all she'll do. So Gypsy comes back with that she's not a murdering crazy person. A threat is all she can do. Okay. Then she says, so I was able to convince my mom to go all natural. This is a different post, something different altogether. This is about Gypsy potentially stealing her anxiety meds. So I was able to convince my mom to go all natural route for her anxiety. So instead of Xanax, she'll be trying holy basil leaf. This is April 2nd, 2015. This is leading up to the crime. Nick says, good job, baby. Daddy is proud of you. Thank you, darling. I bought me some all natural calming oils as well, hum. I'm wondering if she got Dee Dee to take this so that maybe she could take the Xanax. I don't know. About a week before the theater, Gypsy writes, my mom went to the eye doctor today. Her eye pressure is gone higher. It's 30 now when the norm is 10 to 15. Glaucoma has gotten worse. The doc broke the news one day. She will go blind. It's really hitting me hard. I haven't stopped crying, feeling sad. Now, this is kind of interesting because we do see Gypsy trying to make posts about her mom being ill in this last year before she murders her. And we do know Gypsy that Dee Dee had some illnesses, but it's interesting that Gypsy also chronicles them to everybody. Mom, and here's another argument they had. This is in December of 2014. Mom and I just had an argument. Ever since things got blown up, we are back to square one. Some days are better, some are worse. Okay. Here's a long one, and it's a goodie. It's a long one, but it's a good one. March 11th, 2015. Notice this is one day before the movie theater. Interesting, right? One day before the movie theater, the Cinderella whole thing happened. She writes, I am outraged at the nerve and plain out cruelty of someone I thought was my friend, who I thought was my friend's destructive actions. The fact she could face me and lie right to me as if we was friends, and only to find out someone I know, posted such a private picture on my mom's Facebook page for me so we could raise money to pay for overflowing medical bills. And I say, and overflowing medical bills, and say, and I quote, why give money to this girl? She doesn't look ill to me. So guys, we know what happened here. This is when someone found out about one of her accounts. It could have been this one. It could have been a different one where she is clad salaciously and sent it to her mom and said, I don't know what she sent. I know when she sent it to her mom and Gypsy acted like she caught it, but I know she posted this private picture on my mom's Facebook page for me so we could raise money. I'm wondering if someone posted in addition a post on what she's talking about. Okay. I'm not making sense. Let me start over. Gypsy is talking about a Facebook post that her mom put up trying to raise money to get them to go on one of their medical trips. In that post, you'll notice that Gypsy looks as in one of those caps, like kind of like the one I used on the thumbnail of this video. And she's looking rather sickly and she's laying on her side, right? And so somebody found Gypsy's secret accounts, found pictures of Gypsy dressing up in her cosplaying, quote unquote, sexy outfits. We know one person sent it to her mom, and I'm thinking this is possibly another person who posted it as a comment on Dee's original post about trying to raise money for the medical trip. Does that make sense? Okay. So Gypsy says, posted the picture on my mom's Facebook page for me so we could raise money to pay for. And she kind of just doesn't make any sense though, but I know that that's what she's talking about. She goes on, overflowing medical bills. And I say, and I quote, why give money to this girl? She doesn't look ill to me. That was the quote this person wrote while posting this salacious picture of Gypsy. Gypsy adds, you have no idea the pain of being poked, prodded by needles, tubes, and how I lost my hair during chemotherapy. It hurts, all caps. I don't post the damn pictures of me after surgery, after test. Why? Because I look like crap. So while you are being hypocritical, judging me on a pic that was meant for my boyfriend who lives 500 miles away, I'm trying to keep my man happy. And here you are turning transgender. So she's accusing this person of being transgender. I don't really understand that part of it. I accepted you for who you are because I'm a good girl, all caps. I'm a good girl in all caps. While you are nothing, you are a nothing backstabber. For the record, I'm on 12 different medications and see 10 doctors. Lies. So don't judge me feeling betrayed. Wow. Wow. So some people were on to her, right? Like, hey, look at this girl dressed up like this sexy outfit, this cringy outfit, licking the knife or whatever it was. And Gypsy's like, you don't know, I'm on 12 medications and I don't post pictures of me after all my procedures and the needles and the tubes and 10 doctors, overflowing medical bills. They didn't have overflowing medical bills. They had government insurance. All right, if you say so. Okay. I'm not done, guys. Hold on. I got something else. This next one is a biggie because this is Nick telling her, you need to just walk. Yeah, you're going to lose friends, but let's just do that. Okay. Let's just get on with it. Let me bring that up. While all your friends would say, can't be your friend, you lied to me and you can walk, I won't, honey, and I'm your twin male soulmate. All I will do is either spoil you or judge you fairly, darling, even though you'll always have my support. So someday you'll have to not be afraid to lose all your friends. You will lose when you decide it's time to walk and it's time to lose the friends and keep your friends, sweetheart. And I'm saying this because it needs to be done. Maybe you'll wait until we are living together, is from what I can sense from you. But as long as you make this move, as it must be done, then that means you'll feel free from the pressure of losing what you may have been meant to lose while you have the world in me as the world you live anyway, sweetheart. But yes, I am right. You need to confess that to the fake friends sooner the better, dear. Because remember, as I have said before, all say it again. We have each other's backs, just like Bonnie and Clyde. This was written August 14th, 2014. So at this point, she hadn't really got into serious talk about the murder. And I have a feeling we're not going to find that in messages, because I found um, another message or Facebook where she's talking about him moving and that she is going to miss their Skype conversations. I think she was smart enough not to put a lot of the stuff in writing. And like I showed in my last video, she started deleting things. Like, she started June 1st on and probably into May. So I think she tried to really cover her tracks with that. So, but isn't that interesting that Nick, she would say, well, I can't because I'm going to lose friends. I can't walk. I can't come clean with my life. That's all she had to do, or she could have just went to Wisconsin and come clean. I mean, the murder never had to happen. Obviously, that's the main thing. Now we've debunked the shed. So there was no abuse of her being in a shed overnight. And I have a sinking feeling that if there's no abuse of being in the shed, that there was probably not, she was never tied up for 2 weeks, right? I think these are things that she fabricated after the murder, after the crime, to bolster her alibi that my mom was so abusive that it was her or me. That's why I had to do this. All right, what else? Got a few other interesting ones. All right, this is okay about the knife play that I already kind of showed you, but here's the picture you see in the middle there. This was the picture that Nick put up. Knife play, love it, hate it, curious about it, or hard limit. And then she writes, I love knife play very much. Now, this top one is about her dad, about Rod Blanchard, and it's not so nice. Let me go ahead. Wow. Okay. So today my mom got a Facebook message from my dad, says, oh shit, I forgot her birthday. I feel horrible. Really? You forgot your own daughter's birthday? Yep. That's a sperm donor for you. He never deserved the title of father, as he has never been there for me. So what I never knew can't hurt me. I'm stronger than that. Here's a funny one down here about, you guys may recall, a comedy that was popular about 10 years ago called Big Fat Greek Wedding. She writes, I'm watching my big fat gypsy wedding. Or maybe it was gypsy wedding. And I'm seeing a lot of the traditional gypsy culture is a lot how I live and my uncle how I live and my values and beliefs. Like, a man is the head of the house and it's a woman's job as a wife to stay home, cook, clean, raise the children. This is so funny. I'm converting to the gypsy traditional culture. Converting. It's not a religion. I mean, my roots are Irish, French, Italian, and Native American. I think it's Native American on my father's side. I'm going to do more research on it, and I'm sure Nick would be fine with us starting our own gypsy clan. We want our children to be raised with the same values like the gypsies, like us. So why not? Gypsies rule. What? Okay, I thought that was funny. Gypsies rule. We're going to start our own gypsy clan. The Native Americans. Right. Are those Americans that are just not positive? They're negative. All those Americans that are negative always. Of course, we know what she means, but it's just funny, right? How about Gypsy has not changed one iota when it comes to how she does social media? How about her blocking people constantly? Well, that was the same with this account too. She's blocking everyone. You blocked Amy Gash Pinebar. That's Aaliyah's mom. You blocked Mia Blanchard. Okay, you blocked your own sister. You blocked your own mom here. You blocked DJ Blanchard. You blocked Kimberly Blanchard. These are two of Dee Dee's close friends that did a lot for Dee Dee. You blocked David Blanchard. Okay, I guess you don't like him either. Now, here's the part about them corresponding on Sky. Missing Nick so much, he's moving into a new place, so his internet is down. We text, but I miss Facebook and Skype time. Ugh. Or no, Sigh. Sorry. Sigh. Now, we saw in the Google search that Gypsy was looking for the nude pictures of Jennifer Lawrence. She was really into that Hunger Games show, the Katniss Everdeen, I think the character's name was. Well, she found him. I had to blur him. So blurred out. That's a picture. Okay, so nude pics of actress Hunger Games star Jennifer Lawrence is leaked. So I looked. Duh, of course, I looked. I am bisexual. Another one. So hot, I would so lesbian F her LOL. And she's actually posting her nude picture. Another little tidbit. She was watching Lizzie Borden Took an Axe and she loved it. Of course she did. Then just to show that she has daddy issues. She really wanted that strong dad, right? And we know that she has sexualized the dad role, heavily sexualized the daddy-daughter thing. She writes, rules for dating my daughter. Get a job. Understand I don't like you. I'm everywhere. You hurt her, I hurt you. Be home 30 minutes early. Get a lawyer. If you lie to me, I will find out. She's my princess, not your conquest. I don't mind going back to jail. Whatever you do to her, I will do to you too. She wanted that kind of father in her life, and it wasn't there. And so she's actually super hypersexual also. And so that's the other really, really big problem with her not having a dad in her life. Most people wouldn't sexualize that, but she has. I think I told somebody the other day that I have seen a lot of cases, psychiatric cases. I've never seen anyone who is as hypersexual as she is, man or woman. She takes the cake. I have never seen anything like this. Well, I thought another really interesting thing that I wanted to share real quickly with you guys, of course, is her other thing that she used to do was to act out things on the internet. I guess on video. Like she would. Well, let me just show you. This is from Conspiracy. I think Conspiracy might have got it from 1980 Millennial, but I'll give both of them credit. Let me go and add this. This is Gypsy as Anastasia Steele, and she's doing this acting thing. And I looked up the movie, and she's actually doing like what the movie character does here. So take a look at this. This is bizarre. She wants to be famous, and she actually thought she was a great actress. And after she posted this little part that I'm going to show you, just a snippet of, somebody like gave her a compliment. She goes, I know, I'm just really trying to do my acting or whatever. Like she's into this.
She's written down a few questions for me to ask you. So, as the main benefactor to our college, and head of Gray Enterprises, you are quite the successful man. To what do you owe your success? I'm sure a man like you controls many, many, many staff. I've seen in the lobby, you must have had about 12 different blondes. You must have a thing for blondes, Mr. Gray? So you're a control freak then?
Why does she do? What is this? What does she? It's just bizarre. Anyways, you can find these videos floating around. And one, she's doing the Frozen character, and her mom's actually taking it. I don't know if her mom was doing this one. Yeah. I don't know either, but I wanted to end with one more thing that was really that really got me puzzled. So hold on, let me bring that up. She's standing up in these pictures. I'm going to bring you a different one. I just want to show you the date, September 24th, 2014. And this Katie person, love your dress. That is gorgeous. And you see these gold draperies in the background. This is the same gold draperies that were in the background when she was in the Game of Thrones outfit, the Khaleesi outfit with the little tiny baby dragon she's holding. Yeah, I don't know where this is at, but someone is taking this pictures and she's standing all the way up. Where is this at? I don't think this is I don't remember seeing any gold draperies in their house. So this is interesting. September 2014. Interesting, right? Interesting. Very interesting. There's the date, September 24th, 2014. And this person here, Katie, maybe just a Facebook friend, maybe not knowing her in real life. I don't know. But it's interesting wondering who took those photos. All right, guys. That's going to do it for me for this video. I have so much more. There is like I told you, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of pages, and we're doing our best to comb through them as much as we can. But yeah, I'm going to be going live within the next couple of days to go over more of this stuff and to answer any questions that you have. So make sure that if you like this content and you want to be a part of one of my live streams, make sure you sub to my channel. If you want to support the Truth Train in a bigger way, please consider becoming a member in this new year. We're going to be doing bigger and better things. Got a big meeting coming up behind the scenes. Lots of stuff going on behind the scenes that I'll tell you about in the live stream as much as I can. So if you are really, really invested in this, consider becoming a member to the Truth Train. Get on board while you can. 2026 is going to be the year that the public finds out everything there is to know about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. All right, guys. Thank you for joining Becca Scoops. I hope you guys have a great evening. Becca Scoops out. Good night, guys.